Now again, my hand's going to come to the back. I'm going to feel for the bottom of the plexiglass. I'm going to push up on that. Okay, the click. The Walsh RABBIT. And I'm going to show you how to insert the table into the back holder. I've changed this. The old method was to take the bungee cord and wrap it around this center shaft of the table, but that was confusing to a lot of people, so this should be easier to understand. And by this principle that I've changed, it actually made the table about 2.5 or 3 inches taller, so it was all beneficial. What you do is you place the back holder on the table like this. Now the table itself has the leg assembly, at the top assembly, and then the tabletop flange assembly. What you do is just push all of the legs together down here, and then put your index finger on this little switch. Now you have to break the table here, so just pull this up and go over. Now the position you want to be in is this switch should be directly under this center shaft. It should be right on top of it. It shouldn't be to the right or to the left. It should be directly on top of that of this little switch. So if you're holding it from the bottom with this index finger, you can tell that this is along the same line. Now hold this all with one hand, your right hand. Take your left hand and pull the tabletop and make it go downward. Now at this point, don't have the table legs on this side, have the table legs on this side. So you're still holding it under here by the index finger, this little release, and right above it you've got the table, which you've now cocked downwards. And now you place this down on the back holder and you push forward, but don't push all the way. Push about that far and just pinch everything with your thumb, because at the same time underneath here you're going to be pushing this release knob so it goes into this cutout area. So what you're going to be doing is pushing this out, and then as you're pushing the plexiglass top down more, you'll notice somebody's ordering a rabbit. You'll notice that this little switch right here goes in the cutout area, and now the tabletop, the plexiglass, is where it should be, and everything is secure. This, of course, fits on your back, and this right here goes in your belt, the back of your pants on your belt, and goes down, and the production is made from there. But this is the back holder. The table doesn't have to be produced. It can actually be just in a box or something like this, and you just pull it out. The same thing, the table will open. You can produce that out of any item that's this long, but I think it's a great thing to have it on your back because it takes up less space, and when it opens up, you've got a solid table that looks nice. Now once the table is in the back holder, it's just placed in the area here on the belt line with this little flap. Works better with a belt. But anyway, the table is resting right in the arch of the back. What your hand does, when it comes back here, it goes to the bottom, the round section, the plexiglass tabletop, and what it's going to do is you take these two fingers and you feel for the bottom of the plexiglass. What you're going to do is you're going to just push the whole table up. It'll release at the top, and then you just continue to draw it out, and now the top opens up. And everything unfolds perfectly. The table is about as basic as it gets. It's made for durability, it's made for the professionals, and use your imagination. Put a drape on it if you'd like, different colors. You can remove the black velvet cover that comes with the table and put another color. You can put an algahide or something else on here, it's up to you. You can put a different surface. These stands come with rubber feet. Now, the move I just talked about, where when you produce it, you place it down quite hard so that the legs are spread out and look solid, that's not possible with the rubber legs because they grip. So I've included them if you'd like to use them. You may want to have them on there to where it sits more sturdy on the stage and it's a set prop and it's not being produced from your back or something like that. So anyway, we've got a bungee cord in the center. I've explained later on how the bungee cord is replaced. The table is very, very simple in design. Each one of these is handmade by me, so I hope you enjoy it. If you haven't ordered one yet, what's your holdup? I've had my Walsh table for almost 40 years and the elastic bungee cord has never broken. But just in case, if it does, all of the pieces will be separate, obviously. Just remove the felt from the top. It'll probably be a little sticky and you'll have to cut another piece of felt. But you remove the felt and you'll see that this has a recessed section in it. Take your piece of bungee cord, which I've supplied, and feed it from the bottom of the table. Sometimes this is a little difficult to get in there, but just feed it in from the bottom. It won't feed in from the top. Okay? Now what you do is you tie a single knot at the top and get that knot as close to the end as you can. Maybe about a ½ inch or so. Take the vice grip and grip the end of the bungee cord right there. And now this is the only way I've found to get that knot small enough to go in the recess of the tabletop. Put it under your foot and pull. And now that knot is very, very tight. You release the vice grip, snip off the end, and just give it a little heat up for the frayed ends. And now this is pulled down inside. It's all in there nice. Now you take the top section of the table and the bungee cord is fed in from the top all the way through. Now the amount of bungee cord that is left here or exposed is shorter than this bottom piece. So to get it through, just pull the bungee cord out as far as you can and pinch it here with your thumb. And now you can feed the bungee cord down through the bottom section of the table. If it doesn't go, it's because of this latch. Just push that little button here and now the bungee cord can go past, so you have it coming out the end. And now you grab it from the end, let go with the right hand. And now what you do is you put the table down to the floor and gently step on the table top and hold it with your feet. Now take the vice grip, pull up the bungee cord so it's about the same length as one of the legs, and pinch it at the bottom. This now gives you the freedom to tie a knot. And what you do is you pull this knot as close to the vice grip as you can. And make a good knot. Okay, now you release the vice grip. Now that knot's probably big enough to prevent it from going through, but I always make it a double knot. So just pull it up even further so you can grip it again. And now you have the room to tie the second knot. Now this second knot should not be below the first one or above the first one. It should be on top of the original knot. It should not be like that. It should be worked down here with your fingers so that you have a nice tight double knot. You give that, you give that a cut. The frayed ends. And there you have it, a rabbit with new guts.